A very good evening to you. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to Sports Tonight. This is the Tuesday night edition of the show. Promises to be fun-filled, exciting, as always. My name is Toyin Ibitoye. Thank you for joining us. And of course, I leave you with the promise that if you stay tuned to us for the next 15 minutes, we would have updated you with all that you need to know around the world of sports, not just in Nigeria, across the globe. It's a promise. And if you stay true to us, you will find out that we will do our best to keep that promise. I'm not alone on the show tonight. Starting off the show with me this Tuesday, I have Cosmos Chukwuemeka to my immediate right. And of course, I have Austin Okonakpan as well, starting off the show with me this Tuesday. A lot to talk about. The build-up to the World Cup and the big one. Plenty of goals today. China's National Kids Cup. That's why Austin is starting the show with us. He will be giving us the lowdown on all that happened at the Campus Square, at the Unicon Stadium, the goals, the runs, the tears, the thrills, everything you need to know around Channel's National Kids Cup, Lagos preliminaries that kicked off today. Let me also tell you, on Sports Tonight this Tuesday, don't forget, Bambo is in. Bambo is trying to make champions again of Nigerian athletes. And what does he have for us tonight? Just stay tuned and find out that part of the show. We've reserved that part of the show for the latter part of Sports Tonight this Tuesday. So stay tuned, find out what Bamba has got for us, and an interesting story about another Nigerian not doing it for Nigeria, doing it for Bahrain, and already setting national records in Bahrain. You'll find out a lot more as we go along on Sports Tonight. We will also spend some time to dwell on grassroots, to talk Dawn games. We will also talk the Lagos Junior League. We will talk Nigeria Sports Award. A lot. It's a mixed grill, really, and I'm sure you're going to be enjoying every bit of what we have put together for you this Tuesday. All right, let me introduce and allow these guys to speak. Cosmos has been reading up all the squad lists for the World Cup, and Austin has been tracking all the 40 goals scored today. 40 goals, he said. Even the World Cup finals does not produce 40 goals on day one.
Just on a day.
Day one.
That's why everyone should find their way to Nikon and Campus Square tomorrow, because we'll get more goals. Maybe we'll get 60 tomorrow.
Amazing.
It just shows that when you're dealing with kids, the excitement is immeasurable. We saw good football, but of course you must also have those goals. And,
the goals that are scored almost from the other goalkeeper. The goals are scored from almost the other end of the field. All right, you get all of it when kids play football, and that's what Channels has been putting together. So we'll talk about all of that as we go along on Sports Tonight this Tuesday. Let's quickly run into the business of the day. Let's start by telling you that this show is not complete without you. Feedback is key. We need to hear from you what you feel about all of these issues. And in fact, it's encouraging, the feedback we're getting from across the globe. A lot of people are sending commendations around what Channels is doing. From the US, we're getting messages from Trinidad and Tobago, from Sweden, from Norway. People are watching and they are happy with what Channels is doing. You can lend your voices as well and give us your own opinion to these issues as we raise them on the program. The Facebook account, Channels, iPhone Sports, and of course Twitter at Channels _ Sports. If you were following, you will be getting all the updates around Channels Kids Cup on that handle as well. And of course, I was retweeting as Channels _ Sports were tweeting those results. I was also retweeting. So if you're following those accounts, you surely get updated around what's going on around the Channels National Kids Cup. So please get busy with us, interact with us, and let's make it as exciting as possible on the program tonight. We expect plenty of feedback from the program tonight. Gentlemen, Cosmos, let me come to you. As we speak, right now, as we speak, just a couple of minutes ago, we clocked, the clock counting down to the World Cup. Just a few minutes ago, it became 29 days to go. 29 days to kick off. 29 days. Some sites are even running into the second. 29 days, 23 hours, 58 seconds.
And the seconds is running down.
And the seconds keeps running down.
Yes.
But 29 days to go. Really closing in on us.
Definitely closing in. Basically, like I've said before now, the excitement is in the air. Everywhere you go, every sports show you listen to, even on this show, is just about the World Cup, counting down to the World Cup, the team preparation for the World Cup, what each nation is doing, to get to the World Cup, and even the country, Brazil, that getting prepared. Yeah, months ago is about stadiums and all that, but right now the preparation is there. Everything, they're trying as much as possible to make sure that when the World Cup starts, we're going to have a whole lot of excitement. We hear different news from different countries. Weird news, good news, bad news concerning the World Cup.
Let's come to the main issue.
Okay.
Austin, now every country going to the World Cup should have submitted the professional squad to FIFA. Today is the deadline, May 13. Everybody, your team list of 30, or if you want the complete 23, if you are sure of yourself, like Brazil, like England, like France, you are sure of yourself, no need to dilly-dally, just pick those guys and hope that nobody gets injured. So this is the moment. And for Argentina, the surprise is no Tevez.
It's not supposed to be a surprise because he has been out for a long time.
But when you look at his form for his club, Juventus, you want to look at, why would a player like that not be in the team? He brings something different to the squad. He's a fighter. Well, we all know Tevez never gives up. He fights. He's not there. The only surprise that would have rocked the world would have been if Messi wasn't there.
Yeah, right.
and it's very important that you don't throw away experience. And for someone like Tevez, if he had played in Brazil, it would have been his last World Cup. So he would give everything, and he has to give. And for me, I think Tevez should have been in that list because sometimes you just want to look at the older guys that have been there, done that, somebody that just look at the team and say, we can't go down this way, we've been in this sort of situation, and then we came back. But as I said, the coaches, they know better, and maybe it's their own way of saying, we don't want old players that will come and maybe bring in mafiaism into the team and all of that.
Apart from
Tevez, Eric Lamela too is out. Eric Lamela wasn't too good for Tottenham this season. Just started like 4 matches out of the possible 38 in the Premier League, and of course in other league competitions. So Eric Lamela out. The surprise for me would be Javi Pastore of PSG. He has been doing fine as far as I'm concerned. Maybe not as consistent as the other players. Maybe they had better players and all that, but he has been doing fine, and he would have added a whole lot of good to that Argentine team. But
let's come home and talk about Cote d'Ivoire. Okay. The Elephants of Cote d'Ivoire have also named their squad. The major absentee is Goso Ebue, not in the squad, but they're sticking to the old guns as well, the Drogbas of this world, the Didier Zokoras of this world, Solomon Kalou.
Yeah,
going with experience,
with experience, but I'm still wondering why Coach Lamucci will drop a certain Emmanuel Ebue. Ebue has been fantastic for Galatasaray this season, played in the Champions League and also played well in the Turkish Super League. So for me, I do not understand why he's not there, but then he released a 20-man provisional.
30 man, not 23?
28-man provisional list for the World Cup, and of course we have the big guns. There's a Didier Drogba, there's the Didier Zakora, all of them like that are all there. So
Austin,
that's a strong
opportunity for the golden generation of Ivorian football.
Last opportunity, Toyin, but I think if you're touching any team, you shouldn't touch your defenders because there's this partnership defenders have when they've played for a long time. I think taking Ebue out of the team will tell in the way they play their football, particularly for the attacking instinct of Emmanuel Ebue. Yes. He knows how to go forward. He can bring you goals when you least expect it. Understand? Yeah. So I think Lamucci got it wrong there. But again, he's the coach and he's giving new players opportunity. And when they drop players like this that have been regular in the team, if your name is included, it goes to tell you, Ebue didn't make this list. If I don't do well, I'm out.
Yeah, but then you have to look at the fact that at the Nations Cup proper, he dropped Didier Drogba, and that's probably one of the reasons that made it. Not dropping from the squad, but dropping from starting games. He didn't even play 1 or 2 matches, so
anyway,
it probably affected them.
Let's go to the defending champions. Let's talk about the French team.
Okay.
The major one has got to be Alvaro Arbeloa, who has struggled with Real Madrid, with injuries and all of that. He's out. What other things are we seeing from the Spaniards?
Well, they're coming same with this same. They've got other big guns there. There's a Gerard Piqué. There are other players. Probably the only player that won't be making it because he has retired is probably Puyol, Carles Puyol. But then they have got experience. They've got players who, the bulk of the players that won the World Cup in 2010. Of course, many people were expecting a certain Isco to be there, but then probably he has
to wait a little longer because
for the next
those
4 years
little
in
devils,
Russia.
Exactly. Those little devils are still there. The Iniestas, the Xavis,
exactly.
the Pedros, those little demons.
Exactly. So no much surprise for me if you're looking at the Spain national team. No much surprise. So the question is, who are those going to be those 7 players that will be dropped from this team? That is $1 million question.
Again, so
can they go all the way? Do you see this squad? I mean, we saw them at the Confederations Cup, and we don't know whether they still have the quality to go all the way. But also, let's talk about the Dutch as well. Last year, I beg your pardon, the last edition in South Africa, they played up till the final, and were so close to dragging the game into penalties until they fell apart. But Van Persie surely will be the man everybody will be looking forward to seeing at the World Cup. Surely that will be the headline if he didn't make it, and you can be sure that it's the first name on the list.
If Van Persie wasn't in that list, then Holland would not submit a list. But what I like about this Dutch side is until South Africa 2010, we were calling them underdogs because they were lukewarm. They play well this year. The next year we're questioning.
But then they have proven us wrong right again.
That's what.
Because after playing